It was a night like any other until it wasn't. The time was 11 p.m. and the location was Uri. The tranquil silence of the night was shattered by the thunderous roar of gunfire and mortar fire. The target of this onslaught was a small picket manned by just 20 brave soldiers of the 1 Sikh, led by a junior commissioned officer. Their mission was vital: to defend Uri, a strategic location separated from the rest of the garrison by the mighty Jhelum River. The attackers, numbering close to 900, had meticulously planned their assault. They had taken advantage of the distraction caused by the ambush on the Poonch column, leaving Uri relatively unprotected. With the advantage of surprise and a significantly larger force, they launched their assault, with heavy machine guns and mortars raining down on the picket. Yet, the 20 soldiers stationed there didn't falter. They were vastly outnumbered, yes, but their resolve was unwavering. Despite the enemy drawing within 27 meters of their position, they held their ground, repelling wave after wave of attacks. Their courage was a beacon in the darkness, a testament to their commitment to their duty and their country. The situation was dire. The battalion commander had no reinforcements to send, but help came from an unexpected quarter. Captain Joginder Singh, the battalion's quartermaster, and his administrative platoon volunteered to join the fight. Crossing the river under the cover of darkness, and at great personal risk, they reached the beleaguered picket, forcing the enemy to retreat. The attackers, based in Lalanka near the Pir Panjal range, had shown their tactical acumen by targeting the isolated picket and attacking the Poonch column's rear. But they hadn't counted on the indomitable spirit of the Indian soldiers. Despite being heavily outnumbered and under intense fire, the men of 1 Sikh stood their ground, fighting with everything they had. As the battle raged on, a glimmer of hope emerged from an unexpected source. Amidst the chaos and confusion, Captain Joginder Singh, the battalion's quartermaster, stepped forward. His administrative platoon, a group of men not initially primed for combat, stood with him, ready to join the fray. Their decision was not one taken lightly. They knew the perils that lay ahead, but their determination to aid their beleaguered brothers in arms eclipsed any fear or hesitation. Under the cloak of darkness, Captain Singh and his men embarked on their perilous journey. The swirling waters of the Jhelum River lay between them and the embattled picket. The river, which had served as a barrier, now became a gauntlet they had to cross. The enemy gunfire echoed like a deadly symphony around them, each shot serving as a chilling reminder of the danger they were stepping into. Yet they pressed on, their resolve unwavering. Upon reaching the other side, they found themselves in a scene of utter chaos. The picket, a small group of just 20 soldiers led by a junior commissioned officer, had been holding steadfast against the onslaught of nearly 900 enemy soldiers. Their ammunition was dwindling, and their spirits were on the brink of breaking. But the arrival of Captain Singh and his men reignited their fighting spirit. With renewed vigor, the Indian soldiers fought back. The enemy, who had been so sure of their victory, found themselves grappling with a renewed and strengthened defense. Captain Singh and his men, despite being from an administrative platoon, fought side by side with the soldiers from the picket. Their bravery and tenacity were infectious, inspiring their comrades to fight with renewed determination. The enemy, taken aback by this unexpected resistance, began to falter. Their once coordinated attack started to crumble under the relentless counterattack of the Indian soldiers. The tide of the battle was turning. The picket, once on the brink of being overrun, had held its ground, thanks to the bravery of these unexpected heroes. In the face of overwhelming odds, the bravery and tenacity of these men turned the tide of the battle, driving the enemy away. High above the battleground, another group of heroes were preparing to join the fight. The Royal Indian Air Force, a critical component in the defense of Uri and the relief of Poonch, began to execute their meticulously planned operations. On the 14th of November, the sky roared with the sound of 10 sorties over Kotli, Mirpur, and surrounding areas. The Royal Indian Air Force launched a series of devastating attacks on enemy positions, utilizing bombs, rockets, and ruthless gunfire to dismantle the enemy's defenses. The following day, the Air Force carried out reconnaissance over the Uri-Damal Road and launched more attacks in the Poonch-Mirpur area. Amidst the chaos of warfare, a Dakota plane soared over Mirpur, dropping vital supplies to the besieged Indian troops. The relentless air support continued. On the 16th of November, the Air Force targeted enemy positions in Poonch and Mirpur. A day later, Spitfires and Harvards took to the skies, targeting enemy positions near Uri and Kotli. while tempests focused on the Punch-Mirpur areas. The 18th and 19th of November saw continued onslaughts on enemy positions at Kotli and Mirpur, along with reconnaissance over Naushara and surrounding areas. The Royal Indian Air Force displayed exceptional courage and precision during these operations. Their Spitfires continued to harass the enemy at Kotli, while their Tempests carried out operations over Kotli, Naushara, and Mangla. The relentless barrage of air attacks continued over Baramulla, Domal, and the Uri, Punch, Kotli roads. The final days of November saw continued reconnaissance and attacks over various areas, including Bhimbar, Sadabad, and Narina. The Air Force's relentless pursuit of victory culminated on the 28th of November, with focused attacks on Mirpur and its surroundings, effectively destroying enemy vehicles and positions. The Royal Indian Air Force played a crucial role in the overall military strategy. The relentless air support not only disrupted enemy operations, but also provided much-needed relief to the Indian troops on the ground. Their actions in the skies above helped to tip the balance in favor of the Indian forces on the ground. Even as the battle raged on, the Indian forces were already planning their next moves. The relief operations were fraught with difficulties. The narrow, winding roads and unexpected roadblocks posed considerable challenges. Yet the Indian troops were undeterred. They had a mission to accomplish, and no obstacle was too great. Imagine navigating treacherous terrain with the enemy lurking at every corner. The roads were not just narrow and winding, they were also peppered with roadblocks, a cunning strategy employed by the enemy to slow down the Indian forces. Yet the troops persevered, employing their skills and wits to overcome these hurdles. The relief of Naushara, Jangar, and Kotli was a testament to their resilience. They fought through the odds, braved the elements, and managed to bring relief to these beleaguered areas. The relief operations were not just about providing necessary supplies. They were about boosting morale, about showing the people that they were not alone, that their country was there for them. But the relief operations weren't without their share of disappointments. Mirpur, for instance, couldn't be helped in time. The relief column from Uri to Punch had to turn back due to a blown-up bridge. However, the soldiers of 1 Kumaon, -1 company, displayed exceptional bravery and managed to cross and reach Punch, aiding the garrison. The Royal Indian Air Force also played a pivotal role in the relief operations. They not only provided vital reconnaissance information, but also carried out attacks, harassing the enemy and providing much-needed support to the ground troops. By November of 1947, the Indian forces had successfully rescued the Kashmir Valley, Jangar, Naushara, and Kotli. The relief operations highlighted the need for prolonged heavy fighting and underscored the importance of strategic planning for future operations. Despite the challenges, the Indian forces managed to bring relief to these beleaguered areas, showcasing their adaptability and determination. This was not just a military operation. It was a testament to the spirit of the Indian forces, their unwavering commitment to their duty, and their unyielding resolve to stand by their countrymen in times of crisis. In the aftermath of the battle, the true impact of the Indian forces' actions began to become clear. The resilience and courage shown by the Indian troops in the face of adversity had not only fended off a significant attack, but also led to a series of successful operations. Against all odds, the Indian forces were able to rescue the Kashmir Valley, Jangar, Naushara, and Kotli. These victories were not just about reclaiming territories or defeating the enemy, they were about the protection of people, the preservation of peace, and the upholding of sovereignty. These successful operations were a shining example of the strength and tenacity of the Indian forces. However, these victories did not come without challenges. The narrow, winding roads, the roadblocks, and the relentless enemy attacks tested the mettle of the Indian troops. Yet they persevered, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to their mission. This period of history also highlighted the importance of strategic planning and coordination between ground troops and the Royal Indian Air Force. The air support provided by the Royal Indian Air Force was instrumental in harassing the enemy, supporting ground operations, and supplying essential resources. These operations underscored the need for prolonged, heavy fighting. They served as a stark reminder that in the face of conflict, preparation, resilience, and coordination are key. The lessons learned from these operations prompted immediate planning for future operations. It was clear that the Indian forces needed to be ready and equipped for any challenges that lay ahead. In the end, the story of the attack on Uri and the subsequent operations is one of bravery, determination, and unwavering commitment. The Indian troops stood their ground, fought with all their might, and emerged victorious, proving that they were a force to be reckoned with. The bravery and determination of the Indian troops during the attack on Uri and the subsequent operation stand as a testament to their dedication to their mission and their country.